It's the Andy and Dave Daily right here on the Muskegon Channel. I'm Andy O'Reilly. There's Dave Cackley. Welcome to Monday. I have a thought to start things off with today.
Oh, you're thinking. Good. All
I
right.
was
Shoot.
thinking, I was laboring over the weekend. I toiled. I
Mhm.
and I've come to a decision that I'm going to have to besmirch an entire industry. Um,
Okay.
at one point, I thought that the weed eater was the worst invention of man because it's dirty, it's disgusting, it makes a mess.
hmm
Chances are you're going to hit a flower and get your ass chewed for that. You know, weed eaters are bullshit. We all know that.
hmm
All right. I hate weed eaters. I thought we sunk to a low as a species by inventing something that miserable to work with.
Okay.
Along comes a coffee grinder for your house. Why on
When you
God's
say,
green earth do we need to add a step to making coffee for your house?
I, uh,
You know,
I see. I'm not a big coffee drinker
well, I know
anyway.
that.
So
And
does it grind up the beans?
that's why
Is that
I'm
what it
here on the
does?
floor speaking. Okay. This is where you will sit back and learn.
Well, yeah. I was just asking
So
what it is that.
I enjoy some coffee in the morning, and
hmm
every now and again you get coffee that comes as a whole bean. And
Okay.
I got a bag of this stuff, and I thought, well, okay, I'll run to Meyer, and maybe they'll let me grind it because they've got their big specialty coffee aisle, and they've got a grinder there.
hmm
All right. Generally, anytime that had happened in the past, we've just given them to somebody else. Go to Meyer, walk all the way through, get clearance from the lady at the front desk there, and okay, good, go grind it. Get all the way to the back. Guess what? Oh, they took out the
What?
coffee grinder during the Rona. So there's no longer a coffee grinder in Meyer.
Jesus.
So I buy this little thing for $30 that grinds your coffee beans. And it is the most grandiose pain in the ass that there ever was to stop everything you're doing the night before you're ready to make, because you make coffee the night before, right?
hmm
You set it up to brew and all this other stuff.
Right.
See, then you got to pour beans into this thing, and then you got to grind it. And you got to listen to that, bzzz, and then you got to pour the water in. Then you got to put the filter in. Then you got to pour the coffee in. And then blah 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 blah. What is this? Why? What is the sense of me putting that much work into something that's already should be done for me?
Are you? Can I ask you something? Are
Yeah.
you questioning why things are done less efficiently now? Despite all of the advances in technology
What
that
I'm
have
what I'm
occurred.
questioning is would maybe be the element of society that lives in the level of snobbery where they think they have to grind their own coffee because it's going to be better before they put it through their Mr. Coffee.
I can't.
How do you,
I, I can't answer that. I
I
don't
I
know.
can't either.
I
I
don't know.
stand here in literal shock thinking that somebody out there is willing to buy beans that they have to grind themselves to prove a point.
How much? How
Oh,
much longer does it take to brew the coffee? Then how? Like this is an extra step. Time wise, how much does it add? Approximately.
good minute and a half.
Okay, 90
Yeah.
seconds.
But it's the
But it
inconvenience
adds
of the
up.
whole
But it
thing.
adds up.
It's not even a
And
time. It's not even a time factor. It's just okay. So let's say you're gonna make coffee. AFV's coming on in 5 minutes.
Jesus Christmas.
Which, by the
Oh yeah,
way,
we'll get into that. We'll get into that. That I can't
last
believe you.
night,
I cannot believe you.
stellar. It was
Of
so good.
course. Jesus.
Great episode last
You
night.
dude.
But anyway, you're crunched for time. You throw 3 scoops of coffee in a filter, pour some water, hit the button, good. No, grind it up, put it in the cup, flip the thing over, tap it, blah blah blah. I don't need this. I don't need this.
By the way, just to reiterate, in case you didn't get my message or ignored it, your man card has been revoked until further notice. I had a meeting with Charles Bronson's ghost and Chuck Norris, and we agreed that due to that text, when you should have been watching the end of the Lions uh, ass kicking of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers,
Yeah.
you no longer yes.
Well,
It's
here's
been
the thing.
for a AFV message.
Here's what you missed.
That was ridiculous.
Here's what you missed.
Insane.
This guy takes pop and he ties them on fishing lines, right? So he's got 3 bottles of pop on a fishing line on this side. He's got 3 bottles of pop on a fishing line on this side. Look at me. Yeah, this is a visual. He's got a little kid holding these bottles of pop like this, fishing line. And on top of his hands, he puts a piece of cardboard with a pie on it. And he says to this little kid, he goes, "Here, hold."
Gee, I wonder what's going to happen next.
He snipped the fishing line.
No,
hysterical.
He got a pie to the face?
Funniest thing I ever seen. I laughed.
Wow. How original is that?
I thought it was great.
Did Soupy Sales sue him from beyond the grave?
I don't think he did. But I think it was an innovative way to have a little fun at a kid's expense. That's a good thing.
Innovative?
Innovative.
That was innovative.
That was innovative.
Okay. Apparently, we've redefined the word innovative.
There was also an innovative way to use a ceiling fan on AFV last night, which we may try at Christmas. They tied a half-empty bottle of water to the ceiling fan and blindfolded people. And you were supposed to duck in time as the bottle of water came by. But no, they got hit in the head. It was funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the recap?
That was a
recap.
Although I will say the grand prize winner last night, an iguana that ran through this house, that was funny.
Oh, okay. Wow.
That was funny. But anyway,
a fun-filled weekend for you.
Coffee grinders are a pain in the ass. That's what I have to say.
Coffee grinders and AFV for you. I had my niece Emma's wedding in Battle Creek, or as the locals call it, Battle Creek.
I bet you that was fun. Yeah.
You know what? The most impressive thing though was about 11:30 p.m. My 87-year-old mom still on the dance floor, 3, maybe 4 glasses of Merlot in.
Woo.
And not only that, because everybody got hotel rooms pretty much, and I get this knock on the door at like 7 a.m.
Yeah,
and it's Mom. You wanna go to breakfast?
Oh.
It's my mom after
like
she'd been up since 5 playing. Yeah, I got up at 5 and played Wordle. Keep in mind, she didn't get to sleep until at least 1, and had a decent amount of wine, and she was fresh as a daisy. It's ridiculous. It's
and what
amazing.
were you doing?
And this one, I was hungover.
I'm sure you were.
I got in, and she just ends up with a glass of coffee. I go get the $12.95. I got the scram. I had to soak up the vodka. So it was scrambled eggs. It was potatoes. It was bacon. It was a couple of glasses of water, capped off by a Diet Coke. It was just, I had to just to survive yesterday.
Yeah.
Just to get so where I could, and I was coming off. I had a bit of a head cold Friday, so I was, I was kind of NyQuil and Dayquil out for most of the weekend.
Sounds like you went on a bender.
Whiskey, it was between the cold meds and the vodka, yeah. But I'm feeling good now. So
tell me all the exciting stuff in Battle Creek.
I was just in buildings and driving. I'd been Battle Creek's okay. It's okay. It's the cereal city. It looked nicer than the last time I was there, which was a few years ago. So it was a nice wedding. It was in
I have one distinct memory of Battle Creek, and I will forever cuss the name of Scott Whelan from Stone Temple Pilots because of Battle Creek. Because
Kellogg Center.
Oh my God. Oh, I get off the stage, Megadeth and Stone Temple Pilots. Hey, woo, Megadeth. All right, great. And I walk off the stage, and the guy from Atlantic Records is like, "Hey, come on here, I'll meet the Stone Temple Pilots. They're going to love to meet you." Okay, great. So back we go. I'm sitting there, and things just kind of peter out with the little meet and greet.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still sitting there. And Whelan and I start up a conversation. I don't remember what it was about or anything else. I'm lucky I'm even alive.
Right.
But through the conversation, he and I wipe out a 5th of Absolute vodka and 6 St. Pauli girls.
Jesus.
Yep. A quick pause. All right, we're back. Thank you. I was so freaking drunk. And luckily we had a limousine taking some listeners down there to the show.
Uh-huh.
We made it to Kalamazoo on the way home, and I looked at the driver and I said, "Dude, if you don't pull over and get me more booze, I'm either going to barf in your car, or we're going to, you're going to have to throw me out of it."
Mm-hmm.
So right into Kalamazoo, he grabs me a 12-pack of beer so we can keep going and keep the party going. And I'm here to tell you what, it was a 3-day hangover.
Oh,
I mean,
jeez.
seeing pink dots for 3 days. I was.
Oh God, that
Ooh.
is so. That's where like you're
Oh.
praying, because I've never
wanted to die.
drank to your level. I've pushed it a couple of times to where I didn't feel good the next day, and then partly into. I've never had a 3-day. I've never had. I've had one of those 10 drink nights before, and that's just I haven't done that in years because I can't at this point. 3 to 4 drinks is about my max. But yeah, I can't even imagine. I know how just gross I felt yesterday.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what 3 days of that would have felt like.
Oh, it was awful.
Good Lord.
But boy, did we get tuned up that night.
Good times, and you survived.
Good times. Happy
and you
times.
have a swell story out of it.
Yeah,
So
right.
there you go.
All right, lay some news on me.
Let's get into it. Most Americans are in favor of continued support for Israel.
Wait. Did you make your niece's wedding present out to cash?
No, I went in with my mom on this little picture painting thing.
You went in with your mom.
Yeah.
In other words, you signed the card.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. Most Americans are in favor of continued support for Israel. 49% say America is doing about the right amount to support the country in the wake of the Hamas terrorist attacks. 29% believe we should do more. Only 18% say we're doing too much. Keep in mind, I'm all for, supporting Israel, but we already do that, and we do that to the tune of about $3 billion annually, and 99.7% of that is military aid.
No.
So we've been helping Israel. Now, again, not to say we shouldn't. It's again, we don't have an unlimited budget for all this support we're lending. Is good, as great a cause as it is. Totally understand. At the same time, we don't have an empty or just a nonstop cash flow. I mean, we act like we do, but the reality is we don't. So that's just where we're at now. Iconic actress and celebrity pitchwoman Suzanne Somers has passed away. Somers, of course, rose to fame on ABC's Three's Company from 1977 to 1981. She returned to the network from 1991 to 1998, co-starring with Patrick Duffy in the blended family sitcom Step by Step. Somers brought in nearly $300 million pitching the ThighMaster exercise device back in the 1990s. She died Sunday at the age of 76, following a more than 20-year battle with an aggressive form of breast cancer.
Ew.
And she handled that really, really well. I think she was kind of criticized because she used like some alternative methods, but she was able to extend her life. Well, she was able to extend her life by a good almost quarter century. So,
tell you what.
God bless, and a great.
I agree. I'm going to tell you what.
I don't know if a great actress, but
that's the thing. I'm not gonna laud her for her acting abilities, right. But what I will say is that she showed up to Hollywood as a single mom.
Yes, that's a great.
And she's
point.
like, all right, I'm going to make a life out of this, and she did.
Mm-hmm. And
she also decided to shit can Three's Company when they wouldn't pay her equally.
Mm-hmm.
Which was a remarkably bold statement to make back in that time. Good for her.
Yeah.
And then the ThighMaster thing and the self-help books and everything else she did after that. That's what she needs to be remembered for.
Mm-hmm.
Not the ditz roll on Three's Company because and then
but that was iconic. And
it was iconic. You can't argue that. But Step by Step, I'd completely forgotten about that show.
Yeah. And that was a 7-year run.
Never watched it.
You know what she was? She and this is a quality you can't teach it. You're born with this or you're not. She's just likable.
Yeah,
you just like her. Yeah, and that's not
everybody. I think her credits as a woman go far past what she did as an actress.
I think you're absolutely right. Well said. All right. Finally, another Sunday beatdown for D-Town. The Lions improved to a league best 5-1 after bullying the Bucks in Tampa 20-6. That's 4 straight wins for
Love it.
Detroit by 2 or more touchdowns.
Wow.
They travel to Baltimore to take on the Ravens next Sunday. 2.5-point underdog. They haven't been an underdog in a while. They get by that game. They're going to end up, the road to the Super Bowl will go through Detroit. They're going to have home field advantage probably throughout the playoffs because the way their schedule is set up, they haven't played all the shitty teams yet.
Let me ask you
And this is,
weren't
they
the
are
Lions set up
legit
with the HBO
contenders.
behind the scenes show this year?
No, that was last year.
Oh, was it?
Last year they did, they did the HBO series Hard Knocks, and that's where that's where the seeds were kind of planted. You kind of saw where this team could go based on the attitude, based on the coaching, based on, more importantly, based on the organizational changes that they made. Which, and if you're a Lion fan, this is a young team. Most of these guys are in their 20s.
Yeah.
They're set up, not just, this isn't like a lightning in a bottle. We got to do it this year. They're set up for long-term success. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Again, this is where you can shit all over it all you want.
I'm not shitting on it. I love it. Long-term. We're running the numbers here. This is
this is set up. They're
real
set up
deal.
for,
What are you doing there?
See, I got so excited, my knee hit the laptop.
Oh, is that,
so I got
that
all
what hit the
wobbly.
laptop?
Like
Your knee?
It looked.
Mm-hmm.
You're giving me a little more credit there because I'm far below my. Anyway, so congratulations, Lion fan. Just bask in this. And hey, if you're a Lion and a Wolverine fan, you're having the best football
season
of your lifetime. Michigan plays another nobody in the University of Indiana again. Hey, they have not played a good football team.
I don't think besmirching the good name of the University of Indiana is anything you should do, sir.
I'm not. Look, Indiana sucks at football.
No, they don't. They're
a terrible football. Okay, again,
everybody loves Indiana.
This is okay. This is where.
Let me ask you this: when you drive down to Indiana, what's the first thing you do? You hit a ton of road construction, right? Mm-hmm. It just happens.
Okay.
Indiana's putting people to work. That's a good thing. What's next about Indiana? Their Welcome Center. Have you been there lately?
No, I have not.
It's divine. It's like almost like a national park. I stopped there to pee myself just a few months ago.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
You and the wife
watch.
Have you tuned in? Have you tuned in for a minute of this Detroit Lions football season?
I haven't missed a second.
Like a minute. Now, honestly, have you even just out of curiosity? Because I know you're not really a sports fan. I know your wife likes to watch the Tigers, and you begrudgingly watch it with her. But have you ever what's the fuss? Let's see what's going on. Let's see what is really capturing. I've made the Cubs comparison when the Cubs, long-suffering Cubs fans, finally had themselves something to root for. Now Lion fans have that, and a lot of America is kind of embraced this underdog story.
I mean, to me, it's the wind in my sails as we speak. I'm embracing it.
Everybody
look, I'm even wearing blue.
The big fat, sarcastic tone of your.
Oh, you're calling me big and fat? Oh, that's real nice.
No, I said that's your sarcastic tone I was referring to. I was not. I
might have to go back to the bank and hit stop on that payment I just said.
I appreciate that, by the way.
Yeah, whatever. Okay.
Daddy was getting a little light.
Big fat. Yep, I heard that part.
Okay, again, really? How many bald cracks have you made?
None.
How many insinuations into my? Okay, there's a difference.
No,
you're not.
I am.
You have. You could let yours grow.
I could.
You could let yours grow.
But I stand with you, sir, is bald.
Sparty, meanwhile, they blow an 18-point fourth quarter lead and fall to Rutgers. 18 points. You have it. Your punter drops the snap. Your defense all of a sudden can't stop anybody, and you lose 27-24. And if I had not emotionally distanced myself and have already been looking forward to basketball season for Michigan State, I laughed this one off. Which you got to do. If you're Michigan State, again, grab on to Notre Dame. They just beat USC 48-20. Especially if you're a Catholic or even a lapsed Catholic, whatever. Notre Dame, Fighting Irish. Wake up the echoes. That's sports.
All right. It is time for Jeopardy. And just so you know, day 4 of the fall break for our weatherman is coming today. I know.
How many days off do millennials get now? Do they even work anymore? Is it really? Is it just? And I love the kid.
I
He's
know.
great.
I look,
it's
I'm not asking
just-
questions at this point, right? I just I don't know.
I'm sorry,
I-
Gen Z. Gen Z
Is
is
he
what
Gen
I
Z?
meant.
I don't know what
He's
he
Gen
is.
Z.
All right.
Yeah, not millennial.
4-word
Millennials are even
exchange.
going, what the hell?
Did you hear that?
4-word exchange.
For
I'm
200.
tuned in.
Yes. In Proverbs, they flock together.
4-word exchange. I should know this.
You should.
They flock together.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Famine, pestilence. Is that 2 of them?
Well, it's 4 words. You got flock together.
Yes.
So famine and pestilence are your other 2 words.
Famine, pestilence. I can't remember the other 2, and I'm probably way off on this.
How about birds of a feather?
Birds of a feather. Oh, you're okay. I
It's
way
not me.
overthought that one.
I read questions. Don't try to lay it on
I
me.
overthought that. No, that's totally on me.
Yeah.
They flock together. Birds of a feather. If I thought about that for 2 seconds, you threw me by saying Proverbs, and I was thinking about the book of Proverbs. But this wasn't really I don't know that was really in, or maybe it was. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you're the one with the high paying
The
degree.
religion minor, yeah.
Religion minors, yeah.
I didn't pay off there. Should have paid more attention.
Good thing that relaxation class paid off for you. Money well spent.
2.5.
We'll do it again tomorrow.
See ya.